And then I start to put it in my thoughts gitu that I can be independent, that I don't really need anyone, and then I don't really need like even my mom's help or friends or family. And then it kind of it eventually become reality. Everything that I never thought I could do in terms of mental independence, financial independence, things like that. One by one tuh start to unveil aja gitu. Dan sekarang kalau aku look back kayak wow, padahal dulu gue ngira tuh gue kayak tuh biasa-biasa aja, nggak bisa apa-apa.
Imagine that,
Iya.
like to have a completely different personality
Iya.
based upon your name. Well, in Janda Becanda, we believe in reinvention. So possibly that's something. Maybe I don't know if somebody who's listening and feel like this is not scientific for Jillian or I to recommend this, but if you have done it and your life is for
Change.
the better, let us know. Yeah, for the
I think
better,
it
let
has
us know.
something
So
to do
maybe,
with self manifestation juga deh.
mhm.
Iya
Do you
kan?
believe
Jadi
in that
kayak
self
I
manifestation?
so believe in that. I believe in self manifestation. That's why
Okay.
that's why everything you hear, it's like you choose to believe or not, and then if you choose to believe it, and then it will eventually become your reality. That's why I think it's very important to choose what you want to hear and what you want to believe.
Okay.
Gitu.
So we're getting straight to the heart of things then. Okay. What you believe matters.
Yeah, what you believe matters
So
and
in
what
terms
you
of,
want to hear. Because kan kayak kita kan punya banyak source of, hearings kan from friends, family, people around us gitu. And then if we keep on hearing certain things yang tadinya mungkin nggak bener, and then if we believe that it's true, I think our mind has the power to self manifest, and then unconsciously and consciously they will become true.
mm, in your own personal life, what is an example that you can cite for that?
Self manifestation. Okay. Mm, the biggest self manifestation I had was in the beginning of my adult days. Kayak I was just like this girl yang I felt I didn't really have any talents or anything special. So
Mhm.
and then I was the youngest child. So my mom tuh kayak always had to take care of me. She was really apa ya, how do I say it? She took really good care of me, and then tried to shape me in a way that she wants me to
Mhm.
be gitu-gitu. Jadi kayak aku tuh kayak lumayan ada di bayang-bayang itu. Sampai kayak
Mhm.
one day I had to be independent because of my situation. And then I start to put it in my thoughts gitu that I can be independent, that I don't really need anyone, and then I don't really need like even my mom's help or friends or family. And then it kind of it eventually become reality. Everything that I never thought I could do in terms of
Mhm.
mental independence, financial independence, things like that. One by one tuh start to unveil aja gitu. Dan sekarang kalau aku look back kayak wow, padahal dulu gue ngira tuh gue kayak tuh biasa-biasa aja, nggak bisa apa-apa, nggak punya talenta apa-apa, semuanya biasa-biasa aja. Dari dulu di sekolah juga biasa, olahraga juga biasa, nggak punya talenta bisa main musik, bisa nyanyi, bisa apa enggak gitu. But I guess what we believe in is more important than your current reality.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. When you say your situation, did you mean your divorce?
Yeah, but I mean, way before. I mean, before the divorce happened. Of course, I was already in in a not happy situation, like yeah, we put it that way, right? I mean, it didn't just happen
Mm.
overnight, can. So, but looking back, I think everything happens for a reason, and if I wasn't in that relationship, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Okay.
Like gaining my independence and then kayak unveiling maybe the things that I could do now, things like that. Beneran
Yeah.
loh. I am so
How long were
thankful
you
sih.
married for?
Kenapa?
How long were you married for?
12 years.
Oh, okay. So a long time.
Lumayan ya.
And you look like you're 22,
Oh,
so
thank
it's
you. I have a 13-year-old son who's like 175, Shoe size 46.
oh my God. So you're a mom of one kid,
Two.
of two
Yeah.
kids. Okay. And so 13, and how old is the
Eight.
other one?
Eight. A boy and a
13 and
girl.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a long time then that you were married.
Yeah, a very long time. I tried my best. I gave my best. I would say that there was no regret that I tried and I
Mhm.
gave my best. And then yeah, 12 years is all I could hold on to. And yeah, those
Mhm.
12 years, I mean, it wasn't all bad years. I learned a lot. And then beneran sih kayak if I look back, if I didn't have those 12 years, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Kayak emang udah jalannya, emang udah kayak nasibnya kayak gitu. Udah kehendak Tuhan kayak gitu. So,
Yeah, takdir.
iya.
I believe in that destiny as well.
Yeah.
So when you divorced, did you have a job or did you not have a job
Yeah,
or
yeah. So now I have a catering. Yeah, I've always had a job. I started working, as I said, in the beginning of my marriage, maybe year two gitu or year one.
okay,
Yeah. So and then awal-awalnya tuh kayak I just went to the kitchen and then I was trying to make something, cake, baking cakes, things like that, just out of hobby. And then I started giving out to friends, and then those friends want to order. So that's how I got into the
started.
kitchen. So and then after that, yeah. So I started my my cake business for quite some time until 3.5 years ago. Then I started my catering. And then itu juga awalnya it's not because I wanted to make it a business, but um, 4 5 years back there was nobody that's doing keto diet.
Okay.
So a friend of mine introduced me to this diet. In the beginning, I was like, "What? Makan lemak, makan fat? Are you serious?" Gitu kayak that makes you skinny. But then for me, I was never overweight to begin with, but I was always curious of everything. So I tried it, and then I lost quite some weight gitu for somebody who's like not overweight like me. So some of my friends got curious, and then I started cooking for. I remember for 1 week I cooked for six of my friends, free of charge. I gave them kayak lunch and then dinner. Terus gitu breakfastnya I told them, okay, you can only eat this and this. Terus udah gitu, in that 1 week itu, um, they lost like a few kilos. Even though ada beberapa tuh yang emang kayak they didn't need to lose any weight. Kayak beratnya udah 47 or something gitu. Kayak pokoknya udah kurus-kurus banget lah semuanya. So
Okay.
so it really works not only on me but also on my friends. And then of course they started posting, right? And then from there I got people who I didn't know who wants to try my cooking. And I was like, oh, beneran nih gitu kayak I'm not a medical professional or anything. I'm just like a passionate cook. And then I did it for personally for myself. And then my friends wanted to try kayak gitu kan. And then because to these people I didn't know kan, so I have to kind of like charge them kan. That's how my catering business started. And then ya lumayan
Oh
sih,
wow.
ya lumayan dari situ. Yeah, it was like answer to my prayer juga kali ya. If I didn't have a business that is running, maybe I wouldn't have had the courage, to do what I had to do. So I think itu semuanya udah part of divine plan. I don't know if I'm kayak actually sebenarnya boleh nggak sih ngomong kayak gini kita part of divine plan gitu. Cuman that's how I honestly feel.
Well, why not? Why can't you say that? I mean, it feels like everything's falling into place,
Iya,
I
iya,
think is
iya,
more
iya, iya, iya,
the sentiment.
iya, iya.
So that's good. So I love this. I love so it's a home-based business, UMKM. It's something that for a lot of women, particularly in Jakarta or Indonesia,
Mhm.
they're familiar with. It's not daunting for them. They can start small.
Mm-hmm.
They can start with their circle of friends.
Yeah.
With the help of social media today,
Yes.
they can actually begin selling their services. So
Mm-hmm.
that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, before I didn't make the introduction, but we have today Gillian Luwena, who is actually the Keto Goddess. So that's part of the
Mm-hmm.
interesting
Hi.
treat that we have. We have we have the Keto Goddess here with us. So for keto, for me the challenge is that I don't feel like I can get good Indonesian food and still have it
Mm-hmm.
be keto. Like I find the
Mm-hmm.
food, the menus tend to be too white, like very whitewash. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand like the most of the keto recipes. For me, that's like the
Mm-hmm.
biggest downfall. I don't mind the intermittent fasting. I can do that, no problem. But how I break my fast and how I have to continue eating on keto is where I fail.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
what are the kinds of cooking do you do in your catering, or what kind of food do you prepare actually? That's Indonesian.
Um, yeah, our menu is a very. It has a very wide variety. And talking
Mm,
about Indonesian food that you didn't know that you're not familiar with in keto version. Actually, this
yeah.
week my catering has a theme of Selera Nusantara, and then that has always become our favorite, kayak yang orang-orang paling suka gitu. So
Like.
I tweak everything, kayak Indonesian dish into keto
Mhm.
friendly version. Kayak hari ini contohnya. So I have
Okay.
lunch and dinner and snack. For lunch, our menu was Indomie goreng cabe ijo, and
Mm-hmm.
then for dinner we have ikan woku with sayur bunga papaya. So that's Manado tim. Terus for snacknya kita punya chiffon cake yang cheese. So okay.
Okay.
Um,
How's Indomie keto?
nah itu dia. We managed to make the noodle, which is not shirataki because I don't really prefer that. We managed to make the noodle yang benar-benar mirip banget kayak Indomie rasanya, but it per serving it has only less than 5 grams of carbs.
Okay.
Rasanya tuh kayak I think it's really similar to Indomie. I can send you some like later today. I have some extra. You
I
get to try
see.
too. Iya. Jadi terus
I
itu kita
see.
masaknya pakai ya pakai ada ayamnya, terus pakai ada kayak we cook our own apa bumbu cabe ijo without MSG and then with organic coconut oil and everything sama ada telurnya. Nanti I send you some ya. So I always
I see.
because I love to
Salut
eat
deh.
and then kan kayak I love many cuisines. Terus kan kayak before this COVID thing juga, I travel quite a lot gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya kemana-mana tuh kayak I always take photo and then I remember the taste gitu-gitu. Terus gitu nanti I try to make it into keto friendly version. So our catering is
Okay.
the menu is um, so wide that if you take it for 2 months, we guarantee you that you'll not get the same menu for 2 months.
Okay.
So it's fun. I'm really having a lot
That's
of fun
amazing.
until now. I'm having so much fun doing this. Happy banget.
That's good.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's a lot of fun. So you're
My
just very talented then, because you're not formally trained to do that. So, but you just have the instinct and the you self-education in terms of what makes the cooking keto or not keto.
yeah, I honestly think I'm not talented until today on. I would still say that I don't have like a very apa ya high standard cooking skill or anything. Cuman I'm just curious and then I'm willing to try gitu. Kayak I'm curious, I'm willing to try terus kayak berani coba-coba aja gitu. And then
Oh,
yeah.
and obviously it's good. Obviously, so you've had the like the practice, and then it's gotten good because I don't want anyone to sort of not ever embrace
Iya
something
benar
that
sih,
they
benar.
are actually,
Iya.
and I think it's very dangerous to,
Mm-mm.
women are very tough on themselves
Iya, iya,
and
iya.
tough on each other
Heeh.
also like that.
Iya.
So I think a lot of it is just even acknowledging the fact that you are good at cooking
Iya.
and you are good at coming up with the menus and the
Iya.
recipes. So tell me, what makes a cooking keto then? So for those who are listening, who are kind of curious, what makes something keto or
Um,
not?
Keto is a bit more complicated than other, you know, eating pattern because first of all, it needs to be very, very low in carbohydrates. Jadi kayak hampir nggak boleh ada carbs. So the source of carbs yang boleh itu kayak complex carbs, and then that's only 10% out of your whole meal, which is a little bit from sauce and kayak spices, and then a little bit of dark leaves vegetable. That's it. Tapi yang lain-lainnya tuh sama sekali nggak boleh ada kayak tepung, nasi, bakmi dan lain of course. Even fruits are off limits. The only fruit that is allowed in keto is avocado because it has no carbs.
Right.
It has lots of fiber and then it has a lot of fat, so that's a very good source of fat.
Yeah.
And yeah, a little bit of berries, but that's it. Kalau yang lain tuh even ya kalau misalnya if you want to go strict keto, you're not even allowed to eat fruits. So it's a very low carbohydrates and then moderate protein. The protein is not a lot. Kayak orang selalu mikir kayak oh makannya cuma daging sama lemak doang ya. Enggak gitu. Kayak makannya dagingnya juga nggak boleh kebanyakan because if you eat too much protein, it will also somehow turn into carbs. And then if you want to
Mhm.
go into strict keto, it's also not recommended. Jadi kayak udah ada takarannya, udah ada gram-gramannya semua. That's why, like in my
Okay.
catering, gitu, it's not as simple as maybe other healthy catering because then I have to know the right ratio in order for someone yang take my catering for their body to go into this state called ketosis. So instead of burning carbs, you are burning fat as your source of energy.
I don't think I ever gotten into a state of ketosis, really.
Hmm. Have
Um,
you tried
no
keto before?
matter, yes, I have,
Sendiri ya, sendiri ya,
for sure.
ngerjain sendiri ya.
I have, yes. Yeah. And for sure, I don't think I have gotten into a state of
Mhm.
ketosis. And well, I don't know, maybe I was doing it wrong somewhere, somehow. But then again, um, I got the keto analysis strip,
Mhm.
but I never actually used it.
Oh, you never
So
tried it?
I've
Yeah,
never tried, so
yeah, yeah.
never really actually. But it's actually now bulan puasa is actually a good time to try it
Yeah, for you
because
to
first
try. Yeah.
you already have the intermittent fasting component to it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Actually, the intermittent
I'm
fasting
so
it
fed
really
up with
helps.
avocados.
Hmm.
That's the one thing I can't do keto anymore in terms of food is the avocado. I'm so avocadoed out in my life right now because I have so many avocado trees that are from the pits,
Uh-huh.
and then my mom says like no more avocados, don't try to turn the pits into trees anymore because
So you have so
where are we going
many
to
so
put all
many
this.
avocado trees in your house right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, growing because of the pits. Yeah,
Seru banget.
yeah.
Jadi tinggal ambil petik terus
uh
langsung makan gitu.
well, no, you have to wait 8 years to that.
Oh,
It takes
that's
8 years
that
for a tree
long?
to actually, yeah.
Tuh, didn't know that.
Oh, especially kalau dari biji ya.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I'm only like 2 years in for my trees.
Okay.
So let's start anyway, anyone. If you want to grow trees from seed,
Mm-hmm.
start anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Time will come where you can harvest. So it doesn't matter, just start anyway. But
Yeah.
um, I do that a lot. I do take my kitchen scraps and I turn them. Try to regrow them when I
Hmm.
can. But I'm failing in keto, so I'll definitely want to talk to you more about how to do it right.
Yeah. Well,
And I think it's, yeah.
the purpose of my catering actually is first of all, I I want to educate people that keto actually is very good for your health. So, I mean, it's not just a method of losing weight and then you just want to do it kayak temporary, like 2, 3 months until you reach your ideal weight. But if you do it correctly, it's actually very beneficial because you don't take sugar. And then, is it really difficult to do? Once you're used to it, it's not. Just as long as I mean, we're not after ketones and we're not like, we're not going to test if we're in ketosis every day gitu. Just like eliminate all the things that, you know, uh, doesn't give you, good benefits. And then you also feel the
Mhm.
difference in your body. Actually, my biggest purpose is of doing this catering is is that one. So people can choose even after they're off my catering, they have a better
Mhm.
understanding and then they have a better apa ya kayak ability to pick and choose what they want to nourish their body, because I think food
Okay.
has such a big power in not just for our health but also for our daily mood. Kayak if you feel
Mhm.
that sometimes misalnya you eat like this huge bowl of say kayak nasi padang, kayak kita makan pas lagi makannya kayak enak banget terus kayak sambelnya pedes terus pengen nambah nasi dan lain-lain. Setelah itu once you're done you're like okay I want to eat like es teler, and then after that you order es teler with like gini 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 gini, and after that you're stuffed gitu kan, and then you're gonna be in a
Yeah.
slump and you're gonna feel sleepy and all that. So that's the effect of carbs and sugar in your body. So once you try keto at least a month, you know like how it feels to feel light, and then you don't want to stuff yourself anymore. Even though you start eating carbs, then you would choose for like, the good carbs. And sometimes if you just want to splurge, if you want to eat kayak nasi padang or noodle, like real noodle, whatever, then go for it. But I don't think that you would want to feel that, like stuffed and then going into slump anymore after being in keto, because I think that's the big benefit. Gitu. I'm also not.
Right. You don't have to
Yeah.
stay in ketosis the whole time. I mean,
Yeah, we
it's
don't have to
actually,
chase that. And unless you have a specific condition, kayak misalnya if you have diabetes or if you have kayak cancer atau apa gitu, keto is really really good. So it's and then you have to go into certain state of a very deep ketosis in order for your diet to be therapeutic. But if it's just for health purpose, yeah, nggak usah sampai kayak gitu sih. And then kalau misalnya kayak gitu kan juga susah ya if you eat with other people, or and then if you eat with your kids or gini, and then you're like, oh mama cannot eat that, mama cannot eat that, mama cannot eat that. I used to be like that, but then yeah, sekarang udah enggak.
well, yes, yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's like when you go to a
Mhm.
restaurant, when you go on a business trip and you go on holiday and you look at the menu and you know what you can or you cannot eat. There's always something that you can
Yeah,
eat. But if you want to have something that is on the menu that is carbs, then go for it. And
yeah,
you just that's the point. You don't actually have to do it the whole time.
yeah.
It's just that what I find that well, you never actually said when you make noodles. So if it's not flour, what is it made out of?
It's made from protein powder, lots of fiber.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, protein
See.
powder, lots of
Okay.
fiber, and also some binding agent, which is not gluten. But yeah, but okay, later on when you taste it, you will feel the difference is it's less bouncy because the carbs, the gluten itu tuh kayak lem yang make it bouncy. That's why we have keto bread and keto noodle and everything, and it's less bouncy than the regular, bread or noodle. But for the rest, it's like yeah. So basically, mainly it's made from protein powder. Protein
Mm,
powder and then lots of fiber gitu, because fiber is cancel out the carbs.
I see. Okay. So there's a lot of the knowledge that there for anyone who wants to try this at home, cooking on their own.
Mhm.
Um, do your kids eat keto?
No, they don't.
Do-
No, they don't. I don't recommend keto for growing kids. Kayak when you're still in growing age, I don't recommend it because you need carbs to function. Even for me, if I'm on a heavy training, I take carbs because I feel that you have to know your body. See, some people can go on strict keto for years and then they don't have any disturbance in their hormone or anything. But for me, I know for sure, if because I exercise a lot too. So after a heavy exercise, I take carbs. Roti ke atau mau apa ke gitu, but I take carbs because it's good for my recovery. But of course, it's different for everyone. Then, if you take carbs and after exercise, it will also be burned out like really fast because that's the first thing that they you burn, right? Your body can will burn carbs first before fat. So when your metabolism is really high after exercise, and then you take carbs, so it's good for recovery. And no, my kids, they don't eat keto. Of course, I try to substitute if they want something sweet. I have this lakanto, instead of real sugar, and then they're used to that. And then I also make sugar free gelato. They eat that. But every day, yeah, they eat my keto catering with some added rice.
Oh, I see.
Gitu.
Well, that's nice. You managed to find a balance in your family in terms of how to make that work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that is one of the hardest things. Like sometimes when I'm cooking keto, well, even when I cook, I have to cook. Some days I have to cook for 8 people in the
Mm-hmm.
house,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 people are always very Indonesian, traditional, Asian,
Yeah, yeah.
um, and the others can go a variety to more mix.
Uh-huh.
And it's very difficult when you're trying to cook for that many people and trying to accommodate for everyone's
Yeah,
dietary
yeah,
needs,
yeah. It's really
basically.
difficult.
It's very difficult, and it's of course the temptation is just to make one dish.
That everybody
Here's
likes.
some
Yeah,
spaghetti. Here's some spaghetti with
yeah,
meat
yeah,
sauce.
yeah.
Everybody eat this.
Mm-mm.
Like nobody, no arguments, please. Everybody just eat this. But it doesn't work that way,
Yeah.
you know. So you have to cook a lot of
Yeah.
everything, and I find that over time, also, what is exhausting
Mm-hmm.
is trying to manage the expectation of every family
Mm-hmm.
members, especially if you live in a large
Mm-hmm.
household like I do. So that's a little bit more difficult. But if when days are like that, well, I follow with the rest because it's easier.
Iya, iya, pasti
It's
kita
easier.
succumb to that, and kita kayak pasti ngalah kan. But actually, what you're saying, for example, if you just tempted to make spaghetti gitu, and then like the bumbu spaghetti, the basic of spaghetti gitu kan, with kayak minced meat, tomato dan lain-lain ya, and then you can just use that to make spaghetti for your kids, for example, and then for yourself, if you are on keto, for example, you can make it into zucchini lasagna. So you just slice zucchini and then kayak put that spaghetti base gitu, and then you just bake it for yourself. Put a lot of cheese on top, and then that's like one dish for you gitu. So basicnya kan yang agak lama, takes a long time, is
Right.
to make the base, right? Kayak you have to roast the
The
ini you
sauce.
ada sauce gitu.
Right. Or yeah, or the cauliflower
Iya
pizza,
kayak gitu-gitu.
which
Heeh, bisa. Cuma kalau cauliflower
well,
itu
I make the cauliflower
sometime ya.
pizza. Only 3 of the family members would eat. Everybody else would be like, "Don't call this pizza.
Iya iya iya
Don't
iya.
ever serve this again." I tried to make like cauliflower meatballs one time, and I got, I think, death stares for like 3 days from everyone. Everybody hated
Yeah, my
me
kids wouldn't
for
even want to eat kayak
something.
shirataki gitu-gitu. They don't want to eat. Kayak, I don't like this jelly rice, mama. Gitu. Okay, they know that they call it jelly rice.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of adjustment. I think a lot of listeners of Janda Becanda can. I hope that they can learn from that because I think there's no bigger
Yeah.
message than believing in yourself and then taking the leap of faith to
Mm-hmm.
become the person that you've always wanted to be, or discovering that you can be,
Yeah.
which is
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. Maybe you can start changing your name. I don't know, or starting a new, pursuing a new passionate hobby. Started out with baking,
Yeah.
then started out with catering.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody can
Iya.
take
Mm-hmm.
a note from this. So how long have you been divorced now?
A little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years. So we were divorced around the same time. So have you started dating
Mm-hmm.
again? Something that
Yeah.
you're considering?
Yes.
Wonderful. See,
I'm
everything's happening.
very
Everything
happy
is
now.
falling in place.
Yep. Very happy
Oh,
now.
wonderful.
Uh-huh.
All right. So if you could look back, what was the biggest learning, the biggest takeaway that you had in your first marriage?
Always trust your gut instinct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's a
Hmm.
good one. That's a good one. What is the one thing that you miss the most about being married?
Nothing.
Nothing. You don't
Nothing.
miss anything about
I'm
being
so
married?
content. No,
Okay.
no. I think I yeah, really.
You're self-content. I like that.
Really
I like
nothing.
I, well,
I even like, sleeping in my own big bed diagonally.
you know what? That's interesting. I've never asked that of anyone.
Oh yeah.
Whether they change how they sleep.
Yeah.
That's actually very interesting. I've
Yeah.
never asked
I
that
don't
of
know.
anyone.
Cause some people, actually most of my friends, they're like, yeah, um, they're like, oh, it's so empty, right? If you have to sleep in your own room, gini, gini, gini. And I was like, you know what? I thought I would be able to sleep by myself, and you have no idea how liberating that is. And have you ever tried diagonally sleeping? It's so good. And then like, yeah, it's so funny, right? Because like when we have a bed, we always have two pairs of guling and bantal gitu. And then sometimes I just do diagonally sleeping, or then when I wake up at 2 gitu, and then I just switch to another pillow. So good.
And that's called, enjoying the simple things in life,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
And that's like,
Mm-mm.
you know, it doesn't take Jillian much to make herself happy.
No,
All she has to do is roll
thank
around
God.
in her big,
Even diagonally sleeping makes me
thank
so
goodness.
happy. You should all try. Embrace your singleness. Try diagonally sleep.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think I'm gonna try that tonight. So
Yeah, you
that's wonderful.
should.
I think that's some of the best advice. So you miss nothing about being married and you enjoy being single. So I love that. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I think that's a lot of golden nuggets from Jillian, and you can follow her on
Thank you so much,
Instagram. Her Instagram
Tanya, for
is
having me.
my pleasure, and so it's Keto Goddess. Is that correct?
Yeah, Keto Goddess
The
Jakarta.
Instagram. So for those listening to this episode, please follow us. It helps businesses like Jillian's. It helps podcast small channels like mine. If you follow it, you like it, you share it, you comment on our messages, and you let us know what it is that you'd like to know. Tell Jillian what you'd like to have in keto format. Like, for example, if you want to have a keto satay or something, like, you let her know.
Yeah,
She'll make it for you,
yeah,
okay? So then
yeah.
she can create it on her
Drop me a
catering.
message.
All right, Jillian, it's been amazing. I can't wait to meet you in person and maybe at the gym.
Yeah. Yes. See you around. Thank you for having me, Tanya. I had fun.
My pleasure.
Hey, have you subscribed yet? If you haven't, please do. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and share it with the ones you love. All right. See you in the next episode.